Alright, so I was going to do a knife review. In fact, I had already recorded and edited and uploaded it and everything. And then my conscience kind of poked me and was going like, hey, do you really want to promote this? And not really. So let me tell you what happened. I got this knife here off of eBay for $10. Cheapo. And it used to have a fake ZT logo there, or zero tolerance, which I removed. I ground that off because I found that to be offensive, quite frankly. Yeah. Why did I get this? Well, I was browsing eBay. Then I just for knives in general, where the auction is running out soon, or ending soon rather, and I saw this and I was like, huh, ZT design, okay, knockoff. But then I was kind of intrigued because Zero Tolerance has some really great knife designs, and I was going like, okay, for that price, it might actually be nice to have that because it's actually pretty close to the original design. So I bought it knowing that it is a fake and that you can't expect any good build quality and steel quality and everything. But just to have one of those with that kind of design. Because while I really like the general style that ZT has, those designs in general, I'm just not willing to spend that much on a single folding knife. You see, my pain threshold is usually, well, utter maximum would be around $100 for one folding knife. Usually I do not pay as much. Usually I would be more like 60 to 80 would be the limit for me for a folding knife. If I am going to spend $150 or more on a knife, it has to be a large fixed blade or machete, or you know, if I want to spend that much, I might as well go a bit further, spend some more, and then get a cheap functional sword instead. It's just, I just don't see the value in something like that. If I, you know, if this was a genuine one, $150 or $180 for one folding knife, I wouldn't even want to use this because it costs so much. Let alone those that go for over 200 or 300 something. I mean, I would be reluctant to use this, to scratch it up and stuff, simply because it's so valuable. And I like my folding knives to be functional. Okay, so I got this thing, and I'm actually kind of surprised by the build quality for a budget knife. Okay, I have to be very clear about this. If you were to compare this to the real deal, this of course sucks. This is of course utter junk compared to a genuine zero tolerance knife. But, you know, I was reviewing this, on its own merits, just as a budget knife. And if you view it in that way, if you just treat it as a cheap knife, the fit and finish and everything is very good. And of course it profits from ripping off the design, because it's pretty close to the original design of a 0560, I think it is. But you know, the problem is if I review this, then people might get interested, and I'm basically promoting this by reviewing it. You might argue that by talking about it at all, by making a video about it in the first place, I am already kind of promoting it. But, you know, I did feel like talking about this and about, imitation things in general. It's pretty tempting to get something that still has the advantages of the genuine design. Like, It has a pretty large flipper, and you know, if you look at it, the grip shape is really nice and ergonomic and everything, and the blade is quite attractive, simply because, like I said, they stayed close to the original zero tolerance knife. That's how they design their grips, so that's quite nice. But you of course have the problem that you are supporting the counterfeiting business, which you know, I'm kind of torn on this. On the one hand, I kind of regret having bought this on impulse, and then on the other hand, I do like this. It feels nice. It's not as bad as you might think. I mean, I tested the edge and it's not horrible. I mean, I would have expected really lousy edge retention, but not so much. It's okay. So I do enjoy this knife. So in that regard, I do not regret the purchase, but I would not recommend that you do that, because I mean, if I put myself in the shoes of the knife designer and manufacturer, I would be very annoyed by Asian companies ripping off my design and earning money from that, which there's of course nothing you can do. They always do that, but it kind of sucks in a way. So yeah, I apologize for this video not having a really good point. It's just that, you know, I like being transparent in what I do on my channel, if you will. Sometimes I just like to comment on what I do or what I don't do, so that you as the viewer know what this is about, because I try to be as brutally honest as possible, and this is not a bullshit channel, so I'm not going to do some propaganda here or whatever that I don't agree with, and I simply want you to know what I'm thinking, so that you know that I'm not misleading you. Deliberately, at least. I mean, there's always a chance that I might be wrong about something, and or that I might change my mind after the fact. But I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't be human, right? It is really quite nice on its own, but counterfeit. So yeah, call me cheap for having bought that. Whatever. I deserve some punishment. Although like I said, I do kind of enjoy this, but yeah, grumble, whatever.